Well, good morning and welcome everyone. I'm Gail Hurley from the Connecticut State Library Division of Library Development, and I am really excited to kick off another season of working with the wonderful Giant Room team and our Connecticut librarians. So today is part one of a two-part learning workshop series. The second part is next Wednesday at the same time. So I'm hoping that you all can register and join us for both parts. So I'm just going to actually turn the program over now to the Giant Room crew. So welcome, everyone.
Hi, everyone. Thanks, Gail. I'm Rebecca. I'm the director of product at the Giant Room. I'll be leading today's session, and you'll be working with me if you end up doing the stations with us. And I'm also joined by Maru. If you want to introduce yourself, Maru.
Yeah, hi everyone. I'm the director of instructional design at the Giant Room, and I support Rebecca with the remixes. I'll be mostly in contact with you, sending mission sheets, reminders, etc. in case you join our remix program. I know Matt joined last semester. It's good to see you, Matt. So yeah, really excited to partner up and do this all over again. And we do have
Amazing.
one more person from Giant Room joining Rama, but I think I don't know if she's there, but maybe later when she turns on her camera, she can give a little wave and say hi. Oh, there she is.
I'll spotlight you, Rama. You can introduce yourself.
Hi, hi, I'm Rama. I am a designer here at the Giant Room. I work closely with Rebecca, and we might end up talking through the remix process as well at some point. So good to see everyone.
Awesome. Thanks, Rama. And also we'll have Ozzy Jamalian join us, who is the CEO and founder of the Giant Room. So she'll just be coming a little later, and I'm sure she'll pop in to say hi. Okay, great. Maybe while we're still waiting for a couple more people to join, I wanted to check if everyone was able to, the email from Gail was able to print, these are what we call mission sheets. We sent you, they're double-sided. If you don't have one or you didn't print it, you can print it now. We'll get to these in a little bit, so there's still time, but I just wanted to check in case you guys needed one. And if you need a copy, write to us in the chat and we'll send you a PDF to print. Can be black.
Oh, did Rebecca's Wi-Fi go out? Yeah, I thought it was mine. Okay, we'll wait for her. But yeah, essentially, I'll
Black
my
and white.
oh, Rebecca, you cut out a little bit. There you go.
Sorry, yeah, I kept hearing you and I was like, I'm here. Okay. If it happens again, I'll switch my Wi-Fi. Okay, I think Jessica. Yes,
Okay.
Jessica, can I have a copy? Absolutely. Mara, if you can just send the link, we'll send you a Google Drive link, Jessica, and then you can just print that doc. Again, it could be black and white, and mine is double-sided. But if it's easier for you to print two different pieces of paper, that's also great. Something important is that if anyone else needs a copy, you'll all get individual links. So don't print Jessica's link that Mara just sent. We'll explain it later.
Okay, we'll explain it later. It's secret.
Yeah. Okay, great. Let's get started. And if anyone else joins in, we will explain the mission sheet to them a little later. Okay, let me share my screen. Is everyone seeing my screen? Amazing. Okay, so welcome to Giant Remix Stations, a community publication program. We're really excited. We've been doing this now for 2 years with Connecticut State Libraries, and as well as many other libraries in the tri-state area and across the country. And we're excited to work with all of you too. So just a little overview of who we are. The Giant Room is for kids with giant ideas who dare to ideate, build, and share. And with Giant Remix Stations, we do all of these three things. We also partner with libraries, in addition to schools, museums, to provide programs centered on community building, creativity, collaboration, and really giving the community a voice and a place in your library. And this is so that every child, every family's favorite place becomes their local library. They want to keep coming back. They are excited to see their work and their voice expressed in the library. And what we're dreaming of is an entire bookshelf in your library that's filled with the publications and the voices of the community. So kids have their own books there that they've written and contributed to, maybe their own games, their own trading cards, posters, and they can go there and see their voice, their friends' voices, their families' voices represented in the library. So first, we can share a little bit about what we did this past year. We worked with 8 different libraries: Granby Public Library, Killingly Public Library, New Haven Free Public Library, Waterford, Gun Memorial, Ansonia, Windsor Locks. So it was amazing to work with so many libraries in the Connecticut community. And we did, with all of these libraries, different remix stations, which of course today we'll go into what those are and how do they work. Here are some of the remix stations throughout all these different libraries. You can see there's posters at the stations, this fun silver paper, and at these stations, families can come and do a community activity, hands-on activity. And from these stations, here's how it looks like in action. And then here is what the final product is. So the kids create trading cards, comic books, postcards, mini posters, large posters. And so I want to show you a little bit of what these publications look like. So you guys will get printed copies of all the publications, as well as the digital copies are online for librarians, for staff, and for families to access free anytime they like. So let me switch my screen. One sec. Okay. Are you guys seeing the giant game set Mighty Mates?
Yeah, we see it.
Okay, amazing. So here's an example of what a digital publication looks like. Mighty Mates is the name of a game set of character trading cards. And we did this at the Fairhaven Branch Library of New Haven Free Public Library system. And here are some examples. And we'll go down and we'll see them all. So after you complete a remix station, this is the digital publication you would see. So here's a couple of featured cards. Here's the back of the card. And then here you can see all of the kids and community submissions. So here's a good example too, that the artwork does not need to be anything fancy. It could be a bunch of scribbles. It can be a 2-year-old scribbling all over the paper, and we will still make the card. And this is Professor Chaos, whose favorite thing is energy and has speed as its special powers. But it's not super powerful, it's just 3 out of 5 stars. Mm-hmm. Nothing crazy. Here's Rainbow by Natalie. And the favorite things of rainbows are crafts, the color pink, books, and cookies, special powers, water, flying, going to space, and invisibility, and quite powerful, 5 stars. And so also what you see on these cards are the child's name, the participant's name, their original creation, their original drawing here, and then also an AI avatar that we generate based on their entire submission, their drawing, and the things that they write about their character. So in here we have all sorts of characters, from kittens to blobs to bubble blobs to a unicorn, hippopotamus. So this one's really open-ended, and in fact we'll be doing this together a little later. But all sorts of characters you can create. Also humans, people, cookies. And paired with this remix, with these trading cards, is a game book. that connect with the cards, and there's all sorts of games you can play with them. And the library also gets a printed copy of the game book. So here is a storytelling game where they can share the origin stories about their mighty mates. They can do a kind of a guess who by describing their mighty mate to someone else. Storytelling telephone is I just played this recently. It's so fun. You write a sentence about your mighty mate on a piece of paper, and then you pass the sentence around, and someone draws a picture to represent the sentence, and then you kind of see how the story changes as it goes on. So a bunch of different games in here. There's also um, search and finds using the avatars from their cards. So this is one example of a publication. Here's another one, Animal Hybrids at Ansonia Library. This one was a huge station. We had 160 submissions. Pretty crazy. So that means if there's 160 submissions, that means we make 160 trading cards. And the theme here is animal hybrids, so combining two animals together, and it has a science lens, we call it. So there's the fields on the card. Let's jump below. The fields on the card are special powers like the previous cards, but also genetics. So they're thinking about if they were to create a potion, or if they were in a laboratory to recreate this animal hybrid, what would they need to include? So in this case, this Alerafly is 65% giraffe, 25% elephant, and 10% butterfly. And it's okay if it doesn't add up to 100. That's okay. We're we're thinking about with a science brain, and it's okay if it's the math will come later. In this case, we have adding up to 100. This is Frosus Flyer by William. So again, we have the original drawing by William, and then the avatar. And in addition to these trading cards, there's also a game book that comes with this one. So games like Slapjack, except the jacks are predetermined cards that are in the deck. Also, Would You Rather? So thinking about your character, or in this case, sorry, your animal hybrid, and thinking, oh, what would my animal hybrid rather? And there's all different sorts of questions that you can ask. Another search and find, doodle challenges with your eyes closed. So all sorts of ways to continue using the cards after they're published. Okay, another one, another trading card remix that we did with Ives main branch of the New Haven Free Public Library, and Matt's here with us. So Matt, if you wanted to talk about this one a little bit, feel free to, or also you can write in the chat. This one was really awesome. It was our first time doing this remix at the library, and kids created their own tech wearable. So they thought about something that they could wear on their body, a piece of clothing, a shoe. In fact, this is Matt's invention, a stress vest, and they thought about what technology would be incorporated in it to solve some sort of problem. So for example, this one, the tech specs are, it has a heart rate monitor, it has muscle tension detector, and cooling nanotubes. Very cool. And in order to take care of it, you want to charge it once per week, and it's machine washable, but you should air dry it. No leaving it in the dryer. And here we have the battery life. So pretty good battery life, and charging once per week. That's pretty good. And here's Matt's original drawing and the 3D render of this invention. So it's still a trading card. It still has different fields, but now kids are thinking like a techie, what we say in the giant world. So they're thinking, how can I invent something to solve a problem? And in addition to this one, it comes with a lookbook where we highlight, we take this trading card and we put it into a spread where it has a place for them to sign, their original blueprint, their AI render, and all of the different features of their wearable. And also later in the book, we have activities that librarians can do, families can do to take it one step further and take their drawing that they made, their blueprint, take their AI render and make it and bring it to life using 3D printing or using craft materials. And we have all sorts of photos of samples in the book as well. And another detail here that we did with this remix that was super cool. Let's see if I can bring it up. Do you guys see this little video here?
A video?
Okay, let me stop. Let me then no. Let me share again. Okay, how about now? Do you see a little video screen?
Yes.
Okay, great. So, in addition to these trading cards, which are cardstock, we also printed transparent cards. So I'll play the video here, and you can see there are model cards that look like a little wooden model. And then we printed all the wearables on separate cards so that you can layer them together and create an outfit. So here we have the models wearing pants so far, and now Maya, who's making this video, is going to add Matt's stress vest. And then maybe we're missing some sort of bracelet or accessory or headband. And so you can just take these and layer them on top of each other. Here's a pair of glasses, and then watch different outfits come to life and change them out. So just one more very cool element of this remix.
I really like how that turned out. It's so
Yeah,
fun.
it was awesome. And that was all Rama. So thanks to Rama for making it so great. Matt, did you want to share anything? If not, totally fine.
Yeah, I think you covered it. I was going to mention the transparent cards as well. I thought that was a really cool thing. And yeah, I think people had fun doing it.
Nice.
Awesome. Yeah, awesome. Thanks, Matt. Another one here that we can look at is a remix we did at Windsor Locks Public Library of Would You Rather cards. So for these cards, they're less of a trading card and more of a game card, and kids write their own Would You Rather questions. So here we have, would you rather go to the moon or go to Antarctica? Would you rather read a book for a year or don't go on your phone for a year? Ooh, very interesting. These cards are color coded based on the question type. So this kind of like orangey pink color is a question that makes you think and feel and maybe reflect on your emotions. Whereas let's jump to a yellow card is a question that makes you go yuck. It's either two really bad options or something gross. So here, would you rather skydive over an active volcano or smell like rotten eggs forever? You just don't want to choose either of those, at least me. Maybe someone wants to skydive over an active volcano, but not me. Then there's also green cards, which are questions that spark a debate. So two options that are quite good and people would have a very strong feeling about them. Would you rather read more Dogman or read more Cat Kids? I'm not sure if this is an actual show. I feel like it might be. Maybe I'm not too clued into to kids TV nowadays or to kids books. But even if it's not, maybe some dogs and cats people have very strong reactions to. And then we have a blue card, which is a question that is just so silly, it just makes you laugh. It's just completely nonsensical. Let's read this one. Would you rather teach a donkey to sing in 105-degree weather or ballroom dance with an octopus in a rainstorm? So silly. I don't know what to choose. I kind of like to ballroom dance with an octopus in a rainstorm. That sounds kind of fun.
Yeah.
As long as the octopus was wanted
Friendly.
to. Or yeah, exactly.
Say the donkey does not look happy.
It's very hot. It doesn't want to sing. It's too warm outside.
Yeah.
So this is Would You Rather deck, and it also comes with a game book with the same cards and that are featured in a place for kids to sign their name in the book next to their card that they created, and also a right side where they could fill in what they would rather do, and then different prompts, what their friend would rather, what their cousin would rather. Um, Here, let's go to my dog. What would my dog rather? Would their dog rather be friends with Huggy Wuggy or Kissy Missy? I don't know. I don't know their dog. So again, these two different elements of the remix, the cards and the game book. Also, I think Ozzy just joined.
Yeah.
If Ozzy wants to
Hi everyone.
yes.
I'm so sorry I am late, but I'm so excited to join you. Hi.
Awesome, Ozzy. Thank you.
Great.
We're just looking at some of the remixes from the last year.
Amazing.
Awesome. So far we've seen remixes, which are these publications that have cards and a book with them. Now let's look at a slightly different one. Let's look at this one. So here we also have cards, these trading cards that feature different buildings that kids have designed, as well as a big poster that features all of these buildings. So first, let's look at the cards. So
This is
kids were
another of my
tasked.
favorites. Sorry for interrupting. This is another of my favorites. I really like this one.
I'm with you. This is yeah, these are just so amazing. The kids that sorry, the buildings and designs that kids submit. It really in all of the publications, but especially something about the buildings is just so it's just so awesome. So kids are tasked with creating their dream building. If they could redesign their community, what kind of buildings would they see? What would they want to see? So we have castles, a cat castle. We have a tropical tree house. Oh my gosh. I want to live there. That is so cool. There's manors, mansions, cottages, hotels. And as always, there's the original drawing on the card. The different, in this case, different materials that the kids chose to make their building, the unique features of it. And then in the background, we have this avatar that's generated with artificial intelligence based on their drawing and also everything they've written about their building. A dragon warehouse. So cute. So cute. So amazing submissions. And then we take all of the avatars that are in the background of the card, and we put them on a poster. And this is a really big poster, 2 feet by 3 feet. And this is also printed and professionally printed and sent to the libraries. And it features all of the different buildings, the engineer, the child who created it, and the name of the building. So really, really awesome. And then here as well, there's a resources guide. So all of the materials that kids said were needed to build their buildings. There were some different options they can choose from, as well as create their own. So here, one of the materials is chocolate, candy, clouds, coconuts, lots of flowers. And then if you go by that building on the map, you'll see those materials. So for example, the Hazel House by Wren needed grass and flowers, and so those two materials are here by their building. Or here, this is the candy section. So here we have Unifloat by Aveline. It has candy canes. Here, Candyland, of course, we need chocolate to create it. Butters. What was this? What was this one? Gingerbread. Fun. So this guy, or maybe the candy house too, needs gingerbread. So also thinking like an architect, thinking like an engineer when designing their buildings. Fantastic. And last one I want to share is a comic book. And this was created at the Killingly Public Library. And Claudette, Killingly's library director, is here with us, and we'll hear from her in a little bit. And this is a comic book with a fairy tales theme. So kids were tasked with creating a story about a fairy tale character or getting inspired by fairy tales to create their story. So this is, I have a, it's not the same book, but it's a hardcover printed book that's 8.5 by 11, so it's really nice and big. And if we jump into the middle, we have each child has their own spread in the book. So on the right side is their original comic that we've placed in the book, and then on the left side is the title of their comic that they've given to the comic, their name, their age, and then two different AI generations. One is the background, the setting that the child has shared with us, and then the other, in this case, there's two, is the character avatar, which is based on the character in their drawing. And there's also a place for them to sign their name, because if once the book is in the library, kids can come in and sign their name next to their creation because they're a published author. So this is a really great one. And in addition to the book, kids get a mini poster with their of this left-hand side page with the QR code that brings them to the digital publication, and they can look at their comic. Okay, amazing. Let me switch my screen back to the presentation. Actually, before I do that, let me show you one of these. I just was sharing the one of the examples of a comic book, but I'll also share an example of trading cards. These were also done at Killingly Public Library. The theme was for Easter, so the trading cards were all about what kind of creatures hatching out of your Easter egg. So they're character trading cards, but with an Easter theme. And so here's the back of the card, just like a professionally printed deck would have. And then we have all of the characters or the egg hatchers here on the front. And this one, also, they all have a QR code on them because for this one, kids could record themselves and record what their egg hatcher sounds like. So if you scan this QR code, it'll bring you to a page on our website where kids have recorded their voice saying things like, "Hello, my name is Fire Baby." And very, very, very cute recordings. In fact, to this one, Daniel, he does say, "I'm Treesy the tree." I just have it always in my ear because it's just so cute.
Yes.
So, and they're quite big. They're larger than standard cards. Somewhere I have standard cards, but they're larger than Pokemon cards, so that it's really all the text is readable, and also their original drawing is very clear. Okay, amazing. Let me share my
And I
screen
have to
again.
add, they're also thick. These are like such a small details, but when you work with kids, they become very, very important. We had these thinner ones, and as soon as kids would get them, they would just roll them, and it would become like useless. So we tested different versions of these cards to get the right size that doesn't feel like childish, babyish, too big. But it's big enough that they can read, and it's thick enough that they won't roll it. But it's also easy to play and also to shovel and do card things with it.
Yeah, exactly. We had a lot of kids go, "Oh, so fun," and then they just would smush it. I also found an example of a standard trading card size, and then here's the usual size of the giant trading card. So you could see it's bigger, and the text here is so small, so it's nice and legible here. Okay, let me share my screen again. So we just looked at a wide range of different publications. There were so many more that were created last year, but if we went through all of them, we would be here for the whole 2 hours. So next, let's bring Giant Remix to your library, and let's see what this looks like in practice. So what is a Giant Remix station? It is a self-directed activity that lives on a table in your library that you choose for about 2 to 4 weeks is what we recommend. The materials at the station are printed mission sheets, we call them. That's what Gail sent to you yesterday, which, by the way, I think a couple new people have joined. If you don't have a mission sheet, write in the chat, and Mara will send you a copy to print because we'll be using it today.
Yeah.
So this is a mission sheet. Oh, sorry, Mara.
Gail just shared on the channel or the chat that they have all the samples on display at the Middletown Library Service Center. If you want to go and see them in person, you can make a little trip out of it and see all of the different remixes we've published.
Awesome. I kind of want to go. And I haven't ever seen them all in one place, so that sounds amazing. Thank you, Gail. So yes, this is a mission sheet. It's just a worksheet, and
Oh no, Rebecca's screen freezes every time she brings up the mission sheet. Oh, there she is. I can
I'm
show you
back.
mine, but
It's a
my
curse.
my printer decided to rebrand the giant room and it printed the bubbles in a teal color instead of red. Um, so it's two-sided, um, and you'll see there's some questions on one side and then more questions on the other side. And I know we're going to be doing one. So as Rebecca said, if you don't have a mission sheet, please let me know and I'm going to send you one through the chat so you can print it and you can join us in doing one of these because we're going to be doing a live remix, which is really exciting. I won't say anything more.
I like it. A little sneak peek. Yeah, Ozzy.
No, go
You
ahead,
want
Rebecca.
Okay. So there's at this remix station, there's a stack of these printed mission sheets, and then also something to fill them out with, some sort of drawing tool like crayons, pencils, markers, could be any of those. And this station is for all community members, all ages. We have in the beginning I showed you a scribble of Professor Chaos, so that's a 2-year-old filling it out. That's we will make the publication out of those. We have grandparents submitting. We have just adults that don't have any kids but come to the library and submit. This is open to all community members. Okay, so how does it work? So first, of course, the station is set up in your library at a table that you choose. We send you all of the materials. More on that in the second session of our professional development. Then the station is set up. It runs for 2 to 4 weeks, and the community participates in a hands-on activity. Here, this is at Killingley Public Library. So here are kids taking their mission sheet and filling it out with their families. And then third step, community submits their ideas and designs in this red submission box. They can also submit it digitally, which you guys will be doing today. And then fourth step is that a final publication is created and printed, which the Giant Room does on our end. We've been mentioning this printed mission sheet as the material on your station, and I would say 95% of stations use a mission sheet, but another option is also to have a maker station where kids are using clay, craft materials to build a prototype of their design or idea, and then submit that to us, and we use that to create the remix. So for example, here at Ansonia Library, kids were making, it was an ocean-themed workshop. So I think, Mauro, even you were at this event, right?
Yes, I was. And as you can see, all of their sea creatures were incredible. Um, and the best part is that there was really little, like very little prompting. You know, we talked about different sea creatures. We made a mural, turned it into the ocean, and then from there it was like, okay, come up with your own, habitats for these sea creatures, and the sea creatures themselves, and they just ran with it, and it's just incredible to see the level of creativity and just how each of them are so different. So yeah, it was a great workshop to do.
Yeah, Ozzy.
And I will add to it that something that we've noticed a lot when we work with kids, even if they make something that like it doesn't necessarily look like anything. So it's just like, for example, the one in the middle is just a blob of clay on a stick, but the child is very, very proud of that work. And when you talk to kids, you realize that they have the whole word and a whole imaginative story behind that character. Like they have a name, they have different ways that they want to play with it, and those are the things that we wanted to capture on their trading cards. So it's not only about what you made, but what's the story behind it, what are the different features, and those features get captioned on the trading cards, and it is also something that they could keep and play with it after the workshop. So it doesn't become just about what they did during the workshop, but many, many hours of play and sharing and imaginative play afterwards with their cards.
Yeah, amazing. And here you see instead of the drawing on the on the trading card, there is the photo of their creation. So another option of materials that could be at the station. So we've already looked at this a little bit, but just to go over again, we have different types of publications, which in the Giant universe are called remixes. So we have books. That could be a game book, a lookbook, a comic book, a chapter book. And then we have trading cards that feature a character, a building, a tech wearable, an alien. We also have postcards. I have a couple of those too. I can show you. And these are actual postcards that on the back of them, let me spell that myself. That on the back of them have a place for your stamp, for the return address, for the sender address, as well as a little place to draw and do a little activity. So these are also another remix publication type. And also now featured on here are the big posters that I showed earlier of the map of the giant city. And also there's some mini posters as well. So these are just a couple of the different types of publications that could come out of one of these remix stations. And how to set up your station. So again, all of these materials we send to you. More on that in the second session. We have the table is usually covered with shiny paper. We have a pile of mission sheets here. We have some mini posters, we call them, which is a sample publication with some arrows of the different steps and how it connects to the mission sheet. There's the drawing and writing tools. There's the station poster that has a how it works section, as well as a large example of one of these printed, one of the final publications and the different steps that you have to do. A couple of sample publications so kids can look through them and get inspired and understand more about what they're creating. And then the giant submission box where kids are putting their completed mission sheet in the box, or they can also submit digitally as well. Okay, so now I'd like to introduce Claudette Stockwell, who I mentioned a little earlier is the library director of the Killingly Public Library. She's also one of our giant mentors. And so if anyone knows about remix stations, it is Claudette. She did our very first one when we were piloting the program, and we talked to her about what was working, what wasn't working, do kids like this? Do community members, are they engaged? And Claudette really helped us build the program into what it is today. And so we've done, I want to say 4 or 5 stations at the Killingly Public Library. Here are some of them. One was this egg hatchers one that I was showing earlier. We've also done 2 comic books with the Killingly's community. So yeah, just so many amazing things. And I just want to give it over to Claudette. Claudette, you want to share your experience, some anecdotes? How is your community engaged with it?
Hi. I don't know, like, if you can see me, because, like, I still see you. All right.
How about now?
It's better.
Okay.
So one thing that Ozzy was saying about, like, one of the clay creations, what I think is really unique, from the first time you guys came into my library and we had, like, a big giant program, the very next year, one of the boys brought back his creation. Do you remember that? You do. He brought it back from the year before. And so I think that's really pretty awesome, that connection was made, that he kept it, especially for a little kid. Like, I have one of mine, but, I'm a grown up. So, so I think that was really cool. I think things that we learned along the way was the more we did it, the more we understood it, And Giant has been great with creating pretty much whatever we wanted to do. So, I mean, I think that's the big thing. Like, your community might want to do science. Our community wanted to do more of a book thing or, like, so, I mean, pretty much, I don't think you guys have said no to anything, which is kind of awesome. But Um, but I think, because every community we have similarities and we have differences. So for me, I wanted this opportunity to be for all ages because when I started, I didn't know that I was still going to be here 2 years later. So I kind of thought it was like a one and done. So I wanted everybody to be able to participate in this program. And I'm glad that that's being incorporated because really families come and sometimes the kid does want grandma or mom to, do it together. And I like seeing those submissions. And I think for us, and I'm sure you see it on your end, we have the repeat families. So they're coming and they're creating and they know. And then we have like Kim, who's not here right now, but her grandkids come and like he's making 2 and 3 at a time. But I love that. I think that's awesome. So I don't know if anybody has any questions. But yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, awesome, Claudette. Thank you. Any questions, you guys can unmute and share or write in the chat. And maybe while people are potentially writing questions, another story that you shared, Claudette, was that for the egg hatcher station, there was the first round, then the station closed for a bit, and then you reopened it because there was some buzz and people wanted to resubmit. And you were seeing that families, after they got their card in the first round, they brought it home with them. They showed their family, their friends, and then they got so excited that people that weren't coming to the library usually were now coming because they were like, my cousin's son made this card and now my son must make a card too. Like there was an excitement and continued engagement from the community from it.
And we have a unique community here, so I also wanted to tie it into other community events. That's how we ended up with our very first one. We were having a spooktacular that very day later on in the night. We were having our first ever like Halloween parade like downtown. And the same thing with the egg catchers because for like 2 minutes, because that's literally they put out like 15,000 eggs on the green and like boom, they're gone. So we wanted to help support our recreation department by tying in something with the families that they could exactly come back later and say, hey, if you haven't had a chance to do this, come do that. And every community, like I said, is different, but I think that helps grow that. And during like one of the spring vacations, I went over to recreation and, talked with their kids, their camp kids, and, did stuff with them there too.
Amazing. Yeah, thank you so much, Claudette, for sharing. I'll share my screen again and show you one of the participants. Are you guys seeing the presentation again?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Okay, great. One of the participants, Elise, who attends the Killingly Public Library. Here's Elise. She, on her very first station, she submitted this mission sheet, which is Charlie the Adventurous Blue Jay. A little drawing of her creature hatching out of her Easter egg, and she writes about it. His treasure is a marble. He has a best friend, Jack, who is a dog. He can fly and hide well, and she gave him 3 stars. So from the submission, which she's actually holding the finished trading card here, from the submission at her first station, now here's her submission for her third station, and this is actually only one of 7, maybe. I think Elise might have submitted like seven different cards to this third station. The prompt is, what fairy tale character are you dreaming up? She uses so many more colors. She fills the page even more than her first drawing. She writes so much more, and she also makes comments to our team and to the AI bots that are creating her avatars, saying, P.S., make it prettier and not so messy. So she now fully understands that by by completing this piece of paper, I'm actually getting a physical trading card, and they're remixing it, mixing and remixing to create this AI avatar and the different fields. And so she's adding all this text, knowing that it's going to be created into this card and that we're going to be creating this avatar for her. So also, just like Claudette says, was saying that as families continue to participate, they are learning more and more and understanding the process better.
I love that she shares her birthday as well.
Yes.
10. But she'll be 10 on February 7th. That's really sweet.
Yeah, really cute. Really cute. Amazing. Okay, I think it's time to get creative. So we're gonna need our mission sheets printed. Again, if you don't have a printed copy, feel free to write in the chat if you need the PDF, or go ahead and print the copy that Gail sent you or that Maru shared in the chat. And let's pretend that we are entering our community library and we see a remix station. It is enticing us with its shiny paper, and there's a big poster on the station. And so we go up closer to read it. And it says, make your own trading card, dream up a character. And of course, we're going to grab a mission sheet and complete it. Here also on the station are some mini posters of what we're creating. So we have the original drawing. We have the second question, which is giving our character a name, listing our character's favorite things, sharing our character's special powers, giving our character a power rating, and then the background, which is our AI-generated avatar. Did you want to say something, Maru?
Yeah, just maybe should we write what number of mission sheet we have so that we make sure we don't have a repeat?
Sure. I don't think we should, but we can. Yeah.
Just in case.
Sure. So here's our mission sheet. So our mission sheet has a front and a back, and it's just a worksheet that prompts us to draw or write about, in this case, a character, then write our character's name, and then those different fields we saw on the card. My character's favorite things are, fill in the blank. My character's special powers or traits are, fill in the blank. You can select your star rating, how powerful your character is, and then your name and age. And in this case, we're all adults here, so just your email address, because we'll be emailing you your trading card when it's finished, and actually even a little before it's finished for some feedback, which we'll look at today. Awesome. So one important thing to highlight on the mission sheet is that every mission sheet has a unique code. It's the same code on the front and the back, which is what people are writing in the chat. I'll write mine. Mine is number 33. Amazing. And so when you run a station, the stack of mission sheets that are on your station will all have different codes. So it's one PDF that, let's say, has 50 mission sheets, and you just print the entire group so that you would have numbers 1 through 50. And you don't want to repeat them, because what our app does is that it looks at these codes and it matches the front and back together, so it knows that this is one submission. So if we repeat the numbers, then it would almost think that they're the same submission twice. So that's why we all need to have different codes.
And one thing that I also do it, one mistake I've done in the past, I've been just like having a set of mission sheets and just like photocopying it when I was out of mission sheet at an event, and then realized that, oops, these are just like the copy of the previous one. So if you have a station and if you need new mission sheets, you could always email us and we'll just send you a new stack with new codes.
Yeah, that's great. And also the order doesn't matter. So here we have kind of random numbers, 11, 44, 7, 13. That doesn't matter at all. It doesn't affect there. We don't need to have one of every number. It's just about that the front and the back have the same code, and that there's only one of them in the submission pile. Okay, so now we have our mission sheet. we have our unique code, and let's zoom into the poster to read how it works. So we have grabbed our mission sheet, we're going to fill it out, and then we are going to submit it. And in person, there's a couple of ways. You can give it to a librarian, and the librarian will know to keep it in a safe place. You can drop it in the red submission box that's on the station table, or you can also upload it to our app by scanning the QR code or going to this link, which I'll share this is just an example link. I'll share the correct link in a second, and that's what we'll all be doing is once we complete our mission sheet, we'll be scanning it and uploading it into our app. Okay, before we get creative, one last thing that's important to highlight is that we have a little disclaimer on the front of the mission sheet. Not all mission sheets have this, but some of them, and this is a new thing also for librarians who've participated with us in the past. This is a new thing we're adding for character, animal hybrids, aliens, for remixes like this, where a child might be excited to draw their favorite character that already exists, like Pokemon, or like Stitch, or something from Paw Patrol. We can't publish something that's copyrighted, so they need to create a unique name and draw a unique creature. They can be inspired by Pokemon, but they can't draw Pikachu. So there's just a small note to parents to let them know this. And it's also important that librarian staff know this as well so that they can share that with families that come in to do the station. If there's a child who does draw Pokemon, a Pikachu, labels it Pikachu and submits it to us, we'll reach out to the family and say, we can't publish this one, but feel free to give it a new name or share a new drawing, and we'll still publish the card. So you don't have to also get rid of the submission. We can talk directly to the family to work it out. Okay, let's get creative. So we are going to first complete the front of our mission sheet. So all of you will draw a character or write about a character, and also give your character's name. Here we go. Give your character's name, and then we will flip it over onto the back. So I'm going to stop sharing my screen. I'm going to put on some music. And we can get creating. Any questions about what we're doing right now?
I think we're good.
Okay, awesome. Any questions, you can feel free to write in the chat. And I'm going to have my screen down, and I'm going to be drawing so you guys can see what I'm doing. Let me just put on some music first. Were you going to say something, Mauro?
Yeah, and I love the buttons on your shirt.
Thank you. It's actually a dress. They go all the way down. Thank you.
Oh, I just noticed. Perfect.
Awesome. I'm just putting on some music for us to get to work, but you can go ahead and get started.
Nice.
My work is easy because I use Click.
just pausing the music really quickly to say that if you've finished the front of your mission sheet, you can feel free to go to the back and start answering the questions there. You're sharing about your character's favorite things, your character's special powers or traits, and giving your character a power rating. We'll check in a couple of minutes and we'll share what we've created. Just a quick check-in. How are we doing? Do we need more time? I see
A few more, I think a few more minutes, like
a few more.
4.
Okay. Yeah, Ashley says the same. Okay, great. Let's check in about 4 minutes.
Oh, wait, you're muted. We can't hear you.
Thank you. I just wanted to say, keep working, you guys. If you're still working, don't mind me. We just had a new participant join, Vanessa. Hi, Vanessa. I'm Rebecca. And I just wanted to explain what we're doing because it's probably confusing if I didn't. So we're filling in the mission sheet that Gail might have sent for you to print. If you don't have one, let me know and I can send a link in the chat for you to print. And what we're doing is we are drawing or writing about a character that we dream up. No rules, could be any sort of character. Only thing is that it should be from our imagination. We shouldn't, oh, sorry. You have the printout. Perfect. Perfect. So you can fill it in with us and also on the back, fill in your questions about your character. And in a couple minutes, we'll share our work. And if you have any questions, just
If you have any question, you can just let us know and write it in the chat.
awesome. I'll put the music back on.
línea con Javier de
Sorry, it's an ad in Spanish. To answer, oh, Mari, you already got it. Awesome. Ashley asked if we should be filling out the whole mission sheet. So absolutely, you can flip it over. You can start answering the back. Awesome to hear that you got so involved with the drawing. Love that. Love to hear that. But yes, you can go on to the back, answer the questions. Would anyone like to share it if anyone's ready? And this is a judgment-free zone. We're not judging anyone's drawing ability. That's not what's important here. Beth, would you like to share?
Sure.
Oh, sorry. And yeah, go for it. And then I'll go to
Yeah.
the chat.
To be fair, I got help from staff members because I can't draw for anything. But so we're in Canterbury, Connecticut, and Prudence Crandall ran a school for Black women back before the Civil War, and she was arrested and chased out of town for doing that. So we chose this is Prudence the library cat.
That's awesome.
Spectacles. And her favorite things are education for all, equal rights for women, political justice. And being a librarian, her special powers would be telepathy, so she could detect the perfect book for each patron, courage, and of course, her character's power rating is 5.
That's amazing. Amazing, Beth. Thank you so much for sharing. And I love the backstory, all the thought that you put into it too. It's awesome. Thanks for sharing. Yeah.
I'll share one thing since you mentioned
Sure.
that you had to get help for a drawing and you don't necessarily feel comfortable drawing. One thing about these mission sheets, we wanted to make sure it is accessible to everyone, kids of all ages and people with different interests and different skills. So you absolutely don't need to draw on the mission sheet. You could always describe what you have in mind. Obviously, if you have the drawing, that would be a reference to make your avatar, but you could also describe. And when we are implementing in libraries, you could also provide different types of materials, like we shared modeling clay, arts and crafts materials for kids to actually make a model instead of drawing. So any form of expression is great. And love the character you made.
So since I've been doing this for a while, I cannot draw for anything. So every submission you've ever seen is like a little stick figure. So this time around, I did exactly that, Ozzy. I decided to just write what I wanted. And I'm hoping that we can create this guy. So our local radio host, his name is Gary O. So I wrote that he's tall, he has dark hair, he's tan, he wears glasses, and he has a big personality. I would love to see what his avatar looks like so that when I go on the radio, I can give him his whatever gets created. Because the last time I went on before we did a thing, I asked him, like, would you, because we were doing would you rather cards. So I was like, would you rather sing all day or would you rather listen to, a song all day? So I thought, well, maybe we'll create a card with him. So his favorite things are obviously music. I know that he likes food, and then I put people, dot, 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 especially librarians. And then his special power is that he's a community champion and a music lover. And then I gave him 5 stars. So, but I did not try to even draw this guy. So
That's
awesome.
amazing.
Thank you so much for sharing. I think also Ashley wanted to share.
Sure. So I did the drawing, but I have to give my kids full credit for these are there.
Awesome.
My 6-year-old had always talked about Ducky. That was her like little imaginary guy. And my 2-year-old recently started talking about a pink dog named Matt. So they're little besties. And let's see, Ducky always does space travel and he takes the whole house with him when doing this. So there's room for everyone. And Matt, along with my 2-year-old, really loves trucks and trains. And so Ducky's special powers or traits are reading and flying. And Matt's are being pink and keeping you company. And Matt was like a huge help for potty training this past week. So that's a special power in my house. And they have 5 stars of power because there's power in teams.
I love that.
That's awesome. That's awesome, Ashley. Thank you so much for sharing. I love that we're pulling characters from our lives or from things that inspire us. That's awesome. Amazing. I think there was more. Jessica. Jessica hasn't shared yet, right?
Can you guys hear me?
We can.
Yes, we can. Yes, we can.
Okay. So I did a cat. Her name is Leota, so she's actually our cat. So my kids will be excited about it. And I printed it upside down because our printer is terrible here. She loves stealing socks and sitting inside anything box shaped. And bananas. She can summon portals from banana peels and socks. She can fly and dance. And I gave her 5 stars because our cat is pretty cool. So
she sounds amazing.
She is. She's a good cat. So the kids will be excited to see that.
Awesome. Thank you, Jessica. That's great. And we will be all of what you're creating today, we will be making into cards. So yeah, so Jessica, your kids will see your cat on the training. Yeah. Awesome. Anyone else? I think Anne said you don't have a camera, but Anne, if you just want to unmute, you can also just share about your character without showing.
Hello, this is Anne. I can send you a print screen, I think.
Sure.
If I can find it. Or I'll just go with what I did. I did a picture of a bird flying, but made with hands, and it says word bird. And the special powers are it has thumbs to turn pages and open things. And its favorite things to read to learn new words and songs.
That's awesome, and that's beautiful. My dream, if I could pick a superpower, would be to fly. But then, birds are great, but then you can't really do much. So now this like combines everything. I would love to be this bird with opposable thumbs.
Yep.
Awesome, and thank you so much for sharing. Anyone else that would like to share that hasn't? Okay, amazing. I'll share. If not, if you do want to, if you're still working on it though, and you do want to share, just feel free to let me know, and I'll stop sharing my screen. But I will share my... Oh, well, actually, first, before we do that, you guys should submit it to us so that we can make the trading cards like we were just talking about. So you can scan this QR code, or you can go to this link at the bottom. We'll also put it in the chat for you as well. And all you need to do is upload a photo of the front of your mission sheet and the back. So it could be just a photo from your phone, very simple. It could also be a scan if you wanted to do it after the session, if that's easier. And we will be, Mara just added the link in the chat, and we'll now go through, after you guys submit, we'll go through the process of what that looks like after a child submits their mission sheet. If anyone has trouble with the link, feel free to write in the chat or unmute and share any.
It's very, yeah, like we highly recommend you to do it. So because we want you to also go through the whole process of what it will be like when you have the remix stations. So at this station, what you saw, there will be these mission sheets with a big poster and some examples of the final cost, so kids understand what's happening. And then once they fill it out, they can leave it there. You take a photo and you submit it, just like you're submitting yours right now. And then once you submit it, you'll see what happens next.
I submitted mine. I'm ready.
Amazing.
Great. It will be exciting, we'll promise.
I think this is my first time submitting to the app. So I'm just as excited as everybody else.
And this is just something that we mentioned last year. As Rebecca mentioned, we truly have to design this program with librarians, and any feedback that we've received and any ways that we could make the process easier, we have taken into account while designing the app. So up to last year, we would send you these Google folders, and there were like different Google folders for different remixes, and you had to upload it, download it. It was a little bit of work, but this year we made it much easier. There's just one link you have, and you can submit the submissions there. And also families will be able to do it on their own if they wish to do it.
And it also solves a couple of problems, like some libraries don't have Google accounts. So for example, Matt from IVE's main branch, his email doesn't allow him to access the Google Drive folder and upload to it. So now, Matt, we have solved the problem. You do not need to worry about that anymore. You just upload to our app. Okay, great. I'm gonna move off of this screen, but the link is in the chat, and if anyone needs me to go back to it, you just let me know. I will come back to the screen. Okay, so now you have submitted. You are a community member seeing your the station in your community library. You've submitted something, and now what happens? So here is the awesome, Claudette. Yeah, amazing, very exciting. So this was my mission sheet. I created Libby the alien. And I drew a picture and I also wrote a little description. She's really squishy. She's pretty silly. She loves to smile and she's from planet Breep. Her favorite things are telling jokes, eating pasta, and collecting weird treasures. Her special powers are being super funny and supreme squishiness. And she's not that powerful, so she just got 3 stars. And I included my name and age and my email because we're going to now go through the feedback process. So I have submitted this through the app, or I've put it in the submission box, and oh my goodness, I got an email. So let me switch my screen.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And, oh, I lost my screen. Here we go. Are you guys seeing my email?
Yes.
Amazing. So I get this email that says, Rebecca, check out your avatar. Thank you so much for submitting a mission sheet at your library publication station. Using generative AI, we've transformed your submission into an avatar. Click the button below to check it out. And then it invites the participant to give some feedback. Did the graphics not look quite as you imagined? Let's engineer the prompt, and they can share aspects of the design that they like. They can share aspects that they don't feel right, and maybe something that's missing or something that can be improved. So I'm gonna either click here or click the button. And again, to confirm, this is for every single person who submits and includes contact info, which is not required. But if they include their contact info, they will have the same experience. So I am now in our app. It says, hello, Rebecca, welcome to Avatar Feedback. Reveal your avatars and share your thoughts. Your feedback will help shape your custom trading card. Let's begin. So first I see my mission sheet that I submitted. So here's the back. This is the photo I took. Here's the front with some keywords that our app has pulled from the mission sheet. So a being, super, funny, supreme, and squishiness. Very important one, squishiness. I'll go next. And now I get 4 different avatars. Depending on the station, there can be 1, there can be 2, or up to 4. And I can flip them over. And so I have these 4 avatars that have been generated by AI that I can choose from. So let's zoom in. Okay, we got this little guy. So you could see that the shape of my drawing is pretty good here. But I don't, the background's kind of boring to me. So, okay, I'll keep going. Number 2, a little creepy, little kind of creepy face. I think Libby's much more friendly and cute. So I don't know if I like this one. And interesting like spaghetti squishy.
Yeah.
I don't know where this is coming from.
Like ramen noodles.
Like, yeah, yeah, exactly. Okay, interesting. Okay, this one's very cute. I like the space background. I like that there's a shadow. The color's really good.
It looks squishy too.
It does look, you are right, it does look very squishy. And then this one, which almost looks like it's interesting, but it's not quite right. The eyes are kind of silly and cute, but I don't really like how there's like a tray.
Yeah.
There's like a in between. Okay, amazing. So I reviewed my avatars and I'm going to select this one. And I'm going to go next. And now here I can see how my avatar was generated. So I have my original mission sheet here. And then the next step was that the app took my original idea of Libby the alien and generated a prompt for it. So the prompt is our instructions given to the AI to create the avatar. So my prompt is a blue wavy alien with 1 large eye, 3 bendy antennae, simple arms and legs, featuring a squishy texture and wearing a playful expression perfect for telling jokes. The background is a starry night sky filled with colorful pasta shapes. And sparkling treasures, 3D illustration kawaii style. Okay, now I know where the pasta came from because on my favorites, I said my favorite things are eating pasta. Okay. So that's why it's including that. And the weird treasures too is part of the favorite things. So you could see that the prompt takes the whole, looks at the drawing, describes it, and looks at the back for the questions and adds it all to the prompt. And then using the prompt, we have generated the avatar that I selected.
And one thing I wanted to highlight is that part of the program with the remix stations are obviously for kids to think about coming up with ideas based on whatever challenges that you help us to design, and I have it on the mission sheet, and we should like sky is the limit. It could be about anything and everything, characters, buildings, superheroes, to like anything that you can imagine. But then we also wanted to give them a chance to develop their critical thinking by giving feedback on the first version of their avatar, making sure that what we have is actually reflecting their ideas, and being transparent about the type of tools that we've been using in the process to give them a chance to improve their AI literacy and media literacy. So showing them how from the mission sheets it got connected to the prompt to the avatar. Some younger kids may just like click next, 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 and go through it. But then older kids were hoping that they actually pause and they see and they make sense of how from one traditional worksheet we were able to make these avatars and be transparent to them about the process.
Awesome. Okay, and here is the feedback screen. I can click these buttons to add sentence starters and some ideas, or I can type my own. So let's see. I love the colors. I really like that blue color. And the style's also, like Mara said, very squishy. The background's also cool. Background is also cool. But Libby is only supposed to have one eye. She's not supposed to have two. So Libby should only have one eye. And maybe I'll add a little emoji. I don't know if I can find an eye in here. Oh, I can. Haha. Okay. So here's my feedback. I submit it. I get a confirmation screen with my feedback. And now from the giant end, we receive this feedback. We receive their avatar selection. We receive their feedback. And the giant team is going to make the update. So let me switch my screen again back to the presentation. Okay, so this is the avatar I chose. Here's the feedback I shared that, again, the giant team has received. And then the giant team, using our app, makes the update. And so here's Libby, one eye, only with one eye. Awesome, and now we make the trading card. So using the questions on the back and the front as well for the name, we translate that into a trading card. So favorite things fields, we have telling jokes, eating pasta, and collecting weird treasures. There's that field. For powers, I wrote being super funny, supreme squishiness. There's that, and I gave it 3 stars. Here are my 3 stars, and my original drawing with my updated avatar with only one eye. And ta-da, we have a final trading card that also gets sent to the family for a final feedback. Maybe we didn't get their name correctly. If they, handwriting of a name we could miss the spelling. So we have an opportunity for them to fix that, give one more round of feedback on their avatar. Maybe they want to change now that they see it in a card. They go, oh, no, Libby doesn't tell jokes. She's actually quite serious. So they want to change that in the field. So we give them one last opportunity before we publish. Any questions on the feedback process, the remixing process? Awesome. Okay. So I just want to check in with Rama quick. Rama, do we have anything ready? If not, that's okay.
No, not yet. But
Okay.
I'm working on it.
Okay. So Rama, for those who haven't met Rama earlier in the session, Rama's a designer on the giant team, and she's currently in the back end working on your avatars. So potentially before 12, maybe not, but
And one of the things that I wanted to highlight is that as you can see, literally there's a human in the loop, and it is very important and intentional from our end. Instead of having families to upload their mission sheet directly and right
potentially before
away.
12, one of you will
Sorry. What I was saying was that as you can see, there's literally a human in the loop, which is Rama, who is Rama in this case, and that is very important for us when we, instead of having families to upload their mission sheet right away in the app and seeing the avatars right there, we wanted to make sure that we have someone to actually look at all the submissions, making sure the submissions are appropriate. Sometimes kids they wanted to like test the boundaries and they add certain things that are probably not good to add it to a whole community trading cards, and also making sure that the AI will create things that the avatars are actually kid friendly, appropriate for families before we send it to them. So you can be very sure that no inappropriate content will be presented to families. And humans take a little bit longer than AI. So we'll tell you when Rama is ready, reviewing all the submissions and pressing okay to AI to send it back to you via email. Great.
Awesome. And one also quick note is that that field on the mission sheet that asks for parents' email or phone number, that's optional. So the parent doesn't have to write it down. However, we also have worked with libraries that have quite a strict policy on sharing family contact information with us. So what we've done in the past is that attached to the mission sheet, there's a release form that yes, I agree that the giant room can have my email or my phone number. And so that's also at the station so that they fill out a mission sheet and they would fill out the release form to add their email. Otherwise, they can just put it in the box or take a photo and submit to us without any contact info. We'll absolutely make the card for them. They just don't, they're not part of that feedback process. We would just choose the avatar and make their card for them.
And then they can come to the library to pick up their cards. So they will just miss as Rebecca mentioned, they will just miss the chance to provide feedback on their draft. They submit something and they come and pick it up at the end.
Yeah, and that's actually important. I didn't specify that earlier, that all libraries get multiple copies of the remixes. So if it's trading cards, you'll get 3 decks of trading cards, and usually that's paired with a book, or if it's a poster, and you'll get 2 copies of the poster or 2 copies of the book. And the reasoning for that is that one of those trading card decks is so that families can come back to the library and pick up their trading card. So we often send an email to all the participants that added their email address on the mission sheet. We say your trading card is at the library, it's ready to be picked up, and then families can come and pick up their trading card, and then the other 2 decks of trading cards and the game books can be added to your library for circulation. So kids can take it out and play with it at the library, or potentially take it home if that's if you guys will allow that. So that's the reasoning behind getting multiple copies. And there was another important thing I wanted to say, which is that, yeah. Did you
Go ahead. Go ahead. I will add. It may be the same as what you want to say.
Maybe. And you can either have it that families can just come to the library anytime to pick up their trading card, or you can have what we call a publication party, where you have a specific date where it's families come and celebrate the work they've done. They come to pick up their trading card. They come to sign the game book or the comic book, and sometimes even the next station is launched at that event. So they come, pick up their trading cards, sign the book, and then also can submit a mission sheet to the next station. So we'll talk about different ways that you can launch those publication stations and also continue using the remixes in your library, but that's just one other idea for now.
Yeah, well, I go. No. We'll cover extensively on ways that you could use these stations in different ways to activate your community. So we'll definitely spend more time on that next session. But the other thing that I wanted to mention about emails and also the feedback loop. So there are basically families who submit their contact information and we'll reach out to them. Families who don't, and that's totally okay. They will still get their cards. Families who do write their contact information, we'll send them the email as you saw, but not 100% of them respond to the feedback loop. We have a good response rate, and we always encourage families. We send them a couple of reminders to make sure that what they will receive actually reflects their idea, but sometimes families don't reply, and that's okay too. They will still get their cards, so it's not mandatory for them to fill out the like go through the feedback loop.
Awesome. Any final questions, thoughts, ideas to share? Okay. Okay, great. So I don't have anything else, Ozzy or Mara, if you wanted to share more. But if maybe we close here, and everyone can keep an eye on their email, because you all will get an email if it's not today. You will get an email with the with your avatars that you can choose, and you should share feedback, constructive or positive or both. And then next session, you'll see your updated avatars with your feedback and maybe even some trading cards.
What I was going to ask was that maybe we could spend 5 minutes to think about what are some of the challenges that you think would be interesting for your community. So we talked about creating your character. What are some of the things that you think might be interesting for your community? You could either unmute yourself and share those ideas or add it to the chat, and we could go over some of these ideas and how we turn it into a whole mission sheet. In the past, had like a new monument or a new community center in your town. It could be about like an event that like a particular event you're doing, something related to space we've had in the past that we did a whole series of publication connected to that. We had a library focusing on penguins as a theme in winter time. So we did a whole remix about that. So you could think about events, holidays, like Halloween. We did at Killingly Library, different Halloween related events, Thanksgiving, or again, like different themes. We'll go in more depth next time to talk about like how we're thinking about these different missions and how we're designing the questions. But if you have any thoughts that you wanted to share right now, that would be really helpful. Then we'll incorporate those ideas in our next PD session with you. So maybe we'll spend 2 minutes for that, 2 to 5 minutes. And I think, Rebecca, you're going to share the ideas for 250 year anniversary next in the next PD, right? The catalog.
Yes.
Okay. Cool.
I could show that now if we'd like to, but that was the plan, to do it next week.
Yeah, no, it's fine. It's fine. Yeah. So one of the things I was saying was that as part of the program, we also wanted to prepare for US 250-year anniversary next summer. So as you're thinking about different ideas, again, you could email it to us. You could share in the chat right now. You could also think about that theme and letting us know some of the ideas that you have. And we'll share with you some of the ideas we came up with next time. But again, we always love to bring librarians' ideas into the archive, into the mix, because you know your community the best, and you know what is the most interesting and engaging for them. Great.
Oh wait, you're
Sorry.
muted.
Yeah, thank you. Sorry. If there's no ideas that anyone wants to share in the chat or unmuting, we can keep an eye on your email for the feedback for your avatars that'll come in. And then next session, let me share my screen. Did you want to share something, Ozzy?
No.
Okay. And then next session, we will review the feedback that you guys have shared and the avatars that you picked. We'll show how the feedback you shared got changed into the updated avatar and the trading card. We'll also look at how the station works in practice. Today we looked at how to set it up and how communities interact with it, but we'll also look at what does it look like working with us from creating the idea, like Ozzy was mentioning, deciding the theme of the station, all the way, creating the mission sheet, all the way until you get the publication at your library. Also, more giant mentors like Claudette will share tips on launching and managing your station, and we'll share more about the theme for this year's stations, which is civics, to celebrate America's 250th anniversary. And of course, you'll end with a trading card, either at the end of next session or the end of next week. You certainly will get your first trading card that then you can print and maybe we'll even print them and send them to you as well. But you'll also have the digital publication too.
I just want to thank all of you, the Giant Room crew, to all the librarians on the session today. It was a great session, and you guys are amazing with your mission sheet characters. So yeah, can't wait to see those kind of final results. So yeah, thank you all so much.
Thanks, Gail, and thank you all too. It was wonderful, and looking forward to next week.
Thank you.